Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Planning for Reality. Thank you for clicking on this video and thank you for those that watched my previous videos and subscribed, commented. I really appreciate it. It's been motivating me and encouraging me to keep going. I want to take a minute to apologize for my continuous of saying I want to apologize for the camera being out of focus, and I thank you. I thank the subscriber or the comment that mentioned it to me. I didn't notice, and now I'm learning how to keep the camera in focus. Hopefully this video does stay that way. I'm still learning how to manage and the technology part of making these videos. I'm not very techy, so I apologize for that. It is a learning curve. I'm grateful to have this opportunity to join the community of cash stuffers, budgeters, and planners. And I do say budgeters and planners because I hope to create videos of budgeting and my planning in the future, as well as my debt confession and debt plan payoff. I haven't done that yet just because we are in the middle of moving. We were blessed to be able to purchase our own home, and we will be moving in a few weeks. So it's just getting organized with that and work and the end of the year events that we've been having, and just life in general. So in this cash stuffing video, I have some extra money and that I earned from commission at my work, as well as some of the money from my paycheck from November, because we get paid every fortnight, week 2, because we split our money into 2 and stuff weekly instead of fortnightly to keep track and manage our money a little bit better and not feel so overwhelmed or lost, because sometimes when it's a bit further apart or there's time between stuffing your money or setting aside your expenses, your variable expenses, you can sometimes go over budget or not feel like you're stuffing enough in your sinking funds. So I did go to the shop before I came to film this video. So I just want to make sure that I do have all the money here and I haven't dropped anything on the way out of the supermarket. And I also want to say, not everyone's budget is going to be the same. Not everyone has the same lifestyle needs. So what I'm doing here and what I'm stuffing may not work for you. The system itself is great, but tweak it to make it work for yourself, for your own family, your needs, what you see is coming up in your future, what you want in your future. Don't base it on my budget or my funds and categories. Base it on what suits you. So let's count up the money to avoid further delay in this video going on for a long time. So I've got 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 20, 40, 60, 80, 98, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 845. I do want to mention that I don't know how to edit the videos yet. So if I do make a mistake in my speaking or my stuffing, I want to apologize, but I would have no idea how to remove it from the video. I ask that you bear with me until I figure that part out about the video making. So today we're going to start by stuffing my wallet. I mentioned in my last video that this wallet is from Kmart, really cheap. And it's great because it has the extra pockets and cards holders and slots. And it also has the coin pouch. Today I'm going to be stuffing a total of 250, but the breakdown is 180 for groceries, 50 for petrol, and 20 for the kids' spending. And the reason why my grocery budget is a little bit lower this week is because we have a lot of items in our pantry. We are moving, so I want to limit what I'm going to take with me. And when I move, I can just add that little bit extra to my budget and get the extra things that we need. And I'm keeping it all in 50s because you do get change at the shop. So instead of using my smaller notes, I want to use those for my binders. So I'll just go ahead and add it in there. I'll just put the 50 aside for the petrol in one slot and the 200 in the other. And I know that 20 of it is for the kids. Moving along, we're going to start with the blue binder, which is our long-term savings and sinking funds. This one did get a hit this week, and so did my short-term sinking funds, but that's what the money's there for. It's there for those things that come up and you need money to pay for them. Also, not all of the envelopes will be getting stuffed because some of them got stuffed last week. And some of them are actually getting a little bit extra to give them a boost. And that money, like I mentioned, is from my bonus. So for car today, I'm going to be adding $50. And we'll just count up and see how much we have now. 1, 2, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. So now our car, which includes our rego and registration and maintenance, has 900 in it, which is fantastic because my rego isn't due until I think it's May. And I need to do a service around then as well. Back to school is getting skipped today. I added from our last week's paycheck or last week's fund. Same with getaway and our special occasions. They are getting skipped today. Pest control is getting $20 today. And we'll add our $20 bill. So we've got 20, 40, 60, 80, 85. I'll just put that one like that. So it has 85 now. And I think I need about $250 to do just a general pest control in our house. We are moving to a smaller house. But we are blessed to be able to have our own home. And we wanted to thank all of those owners out there that have let us live in their houses for these years as tenants and let us love them like our own. The important thing is to have a roof over your head. And I do really, really hope that those that have that dream of owning their own home, they do one day. You can do it. You can achieve that dream. It may take time, but you can do it. So PO Box, I'm going to add $10 to it. Although it is technically fully funded, I just want to add a little bit extra. And just in case it's gone up because of the cost of inflation, I just want to make sure that I have enough. And this is due in, I think, March. So now it has 51, 50, 70, 80. 180, And that's for the whole year. Moving along, savings. Now my savings got a big hit this week. I had to take out $3,000 for a medical procedure which wasn't expected, but I am thankful that I had the money here to be able to cover it. If I didn't, I don't know what I would have done. I would have had to borrow money, or I don't know what I would have done. So I feel grateful, thankful, and blessed that I had the money here to be able to cover that expense. And that's why in my first video, I believe I said, I've labeled this savings, but it's combined savings and emergency because we haven't reached the point where we're comfortable to separate them. And I didn't want to take out, $3,000 from emergency, or not have $3,000 fully in emergency and half of it in savings and half in emergency. I feel like I've had to go into both categories. This way, it's a little less overwhelming. So I had combined it to one category, and I'm going to be adding $100 to that. So now that brings this to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, 1,000. We do have a separate savings in our bank account for the move and some other funds and expenses that we have, and all of our bills are paid for online or direct debited. So this cash stuffing is for the extra, and we are pretty new to this journey. It's only been a few months. It's been working great. So we are learning and adjusting it to what suits our lifestyle. Then we have gold, which is not getting anything in this binder. So that binder is done. Moving along, we have our black binder, which is our short-term sinking funds and expenses. And today I'm giving self-care $20. This is from my bonus money as well. I did have to get my hair done this week, so I did take out a lot of money from here. I think it was about $200 that was spent on our hair this week, which is okay. I saved for it, so it was okay. So now it has 50, 70, 75. And I'm just putting away this money for the kids now to get their hair cuts. And 50, we've purchased a lot of clothes in this last month. We've needed it through the transition of weather and kids growing out of their old clothes, and a few events that we've had. So I'm giving it 50 from the extra money that I've got, and that makes it 55. Next, household. I had to take out a little bit from household this week. So now I'm going to be adding 50, and I'm saving for a dryer, but we can certainly come into this envelope if something else comes up for the house. So now we have 51, 52, 50, 250. Isn't that great? $250 for light bulbs and appliances and hopefully a dryer. Events. And events I knew was going to get spent because of the things that we had recently. And I'm going to be adding 100 to it. I only have a small event this week where I think it will be about $50, and I'll be saving for some events that are coming up in December. So now it has 51.50. I watched on YouTube other cash stuffers that at the end of the week or the month, they come back into their binders and then take out what they've spent in those categories. So I'm assuming they have a buffer. I don't have that yet, so I have to come into the binder and take out the money before I go and spend it. Next is fun, and fun is important. We need to always think about having a good time and a balance in life, and that's getting 20. I'm going to press pause just because my little one is about to cry. 1 second and I'll be back. Okay, he's settled now. Let's hope we can get through the rest of this video before it's feeding time. So fun, I believe I added 20 and now it should have, well, now it has 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90. And I think that might cover maybe a game of bowling. There we go again. Just a moment and I'll be back. Apologies. I really do apologize. I don't know how to edit it out. I've just figured out that I can pause. So I do apologize for constantly walking away and coming back. Moving along, trying to finish up the video before baby cries again. So medical is getting 50 and this is somewhat a priority, this fund. So now it has 51, 150, 170. And moving along to the next category, which is school expenses. School is almost over, but we are adding to this fund because I would like to get some teacher gifts, and that is part of our school expenses. So now I've added 20 and I've got 51, 20. Okay. Miscellaneous is going to get $10 today. I didn't pre-plan how I'm going to be putting the bills in, so hopefully it works out in the end. But I believe it's okay. So now miscellaneous has 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60. And I'm really looking forward to doing a cash condensing once these binders get thick. The goal is to get them thick first, and then we'll do that cash condensing and add some placeholders in some of them. Holidays is for our school holidays, and I'm going to be adding 50 to it. I already gave this 50 last week, but I want to give it another 50 and build it up as quickly as possible. So now it has 51, 52, 6. No, that wasn't right. 51, 52, 20, 40, 50, 250 in school holidays. Next, we have our water bill, which will soon become a online payment. As homeowners, it will go up because at the moment we only pay for usage. We will have to pay for, I believe, the supply as well, or the service charge. So I'm going to give that 20. Okay, so yeah. So now it has 51, 20, 30, 40, 50. 150 in our water bill. And then our giving is going to get $5 and should have 15 in there. Once it gets to a significant amount, $100 or I haven't decided yet, that's when I will go ahead and give it away. So that's our black binder done. Now with this leftover money, which should be $20, so 5, 10, 15, 20, that's correct. I'm going to add it into our 1 month ahead savings, and I'm going to jump to utilities because that's a bill. I'm working on the bills from my paycheck and the variable expenses from our rollover. So we'll add that into utilities. And now that has 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So $45 is now in utilities. And then once that's fully funded, we will move on to our insurance. So that's all of our money gone for the week. I want to thank you all for watching to the end. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please comment below if there's something I should change or you would like to see. I apologize again for the rambling. I apologize for apologizing too much. And my continuous ums and pauses and breaks. And also I apologize if I made any mistakes or was very repetitive. So that's it for this video. I hope to see you next time in my next cash stuffing. I do plan on making other kind of videos, like I mentioned, with budgeting and planning. I'm just waiting to get into our new home, have the move done, and once we're all settled, I will start to share that kind of content. I hope you have a lovely week. I wish you the best, and I encourage you to just get started with the system. It doesn't have to be binders. I surely did not start with binders. When I started watching YouTube videos of cash stuffing and budgeting, I absolutely loved the binders and the envelopes, the beautiful systems and savings challenges and budget books. There's one budget book that, I love, which is the Rainbow Budgets. It's so beautiful and appealing. And I wanted to initially wait until I was able to buy a binder or buy the budget book or like the Budget Mum's Paid by Paycheck book. And I just found myself kept delaying. Once I just started with the simplest of materials, I purchased from the supermarket 100 pack of just white plain envelopes, and I got a notebook, wrote down, my budget and how I can see myself doing this, and I just wanted to test it out and see. And if I decided that if the system worked, then I would invest in binders and envelopes and things like that. So I encourage you just to get started, even with the small amounts. They add up and they are there. And I do want to mention one more thing. For example, before I go, say I have this back to school envelope. And back to school is coming up, and I know that, and I need this money for back to school. But something comes up before back to school, and I don't have the money somewhere else. I can't take the money from here. It is my money. I don't need to worry about borrowing from a bank or from somebody, and then I can replenish this. I will try my best to avoid that. I will be planning, for those unexpected events and expenses like I did before and have it in my savings. But if you don't have that amount in your savings and you need to take all the money out of all of your envelopes to cover something, you can do that. So knowing that you have the money there, regardless of what envelope it's in, that's the biggest peace of mind. I can assure you that I have been sleeping better at night since I started this system. So thank you again. And I'm going to end the video now by saying have a good week, stay safe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye. Bye.